Namaste, everyone. Hope we're doing good. Listen, man, one thing that I've learned about life, I feel like, is that you kind of just gotta follow and trust yourself and do things the way that feels right to you, you know? Like, especially if you're a creative person, like, trying to create like another person and trying to create in a way that doesn't really match your flow, your artistic style, your artistic process. It's not going to produce the same type of product because it doesn't come from the same place, you know? Because there's a difference between creating from a space where you're trying to create something like intentionally and wanting it to be very specific, and there's another type of creation where you're really just flowing and letting it become what it's going to become, you know? Like almost like you see people with those like blocks of ice, for instance, and they keep chiseling at it, and eventually that piece of ice becomes a beautiful sculpture, you know? But it's just kind of revealed eventually, you know? You keep chipping away at it. It eventually just becomes something. It becomes a piece of art. And of course, yes, you can always chip away at it with intention and trying to make something very specific. But I personally believe that, like, really letting the art or letting the piece of work become what it is going to be and letting it become what it is a more substantial and more authentic way of creating because you're not held up by limits, you're not held up by beliefs, you're not held up by the idea that something has to be like this or else it's not good, you know? It's really just about letting go, I think, and letting God, I guess, into your creations, into your artwork. And it's not just art, you know. I believe that life is art, you know. So likewise, how can we let that divine flow, that divine guidance into our lives, you know, slowly guiding our hand as we paint the strokes of our life. It's, you know, it's quite a interesting phenomenon, I believe, but I think it's quite beautiful to really be in that space of flow and letting life be one with you and being one with life and just ultimately creating something, you know, not as an individual, but as a piece of this universe collaborating with itself, you know? 'Cause, hey, if you get it, you get it, you know? If you feel it, if you understand it, you understand that this is what creation is in the fullest and the greatest, you know? Like, why would I not want to create in tandem with the divine, you know? Anyways, that's all I wanted to say is that, like, in life and in our creations, how can we let go more and let things flow and let it become what it's supposed to be rather than forcing or trying to put things into a box of how it has to be? Ladies and gentlemen, flow, live, love, create. I'll catch you later.